Freeze! Hanshan security. This office is sealed.
What'll you do if I don't?
You're the Spectre, right? Lorik Quin is under investigation.
Anoleis is paying you to shake this place down. That makes you a criminal. I can kill criminals.
You're bluffing.
You're right. They're actually going to let me eat you.
He ain't paying me enough to take on Spectres or Alliance troops or whatever. How about this? You pretend you didn't see us, we'll pretend we didn't see you.
I used to get a lot of freelance business here. Fastest way to climb the corporate ladder is to eliminate the guy above you.
I don't think you're supposed to be in here, Shepard.
Do you plan on making me leave?
Leave? You think I'm gonna let you walk out? Anoleis would throw you off-world for what you did here. I won't. You know what we did to cop killers on my world?
You're breaking the law for bribe money. You know what we do to dirty cops on my world?
If you want to fight, I'll give you one.
You talk the talk. Let's see if you can walk.
Commander, there have been reports of noise from the Synthetic Insights office. Would you know anything about...
Speak plain. What's your interest?
Not here, Spectre. Meet me at the hotel for a drink before you talk to Quin. I'll be waiting.
You better toe the line with the administrator. If you don't, you might end up like Lorik Quin.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. Parasini, Noveria Internal Affairs.
What do you want?
The executive board knows about Anoleis' corruption. I've been undercover for 6 months. I want you to convince Quin to testify before the board. With his evidence, this planet can run profitably again.
You work for Anoleis. Can't you just take his records?
He's a crook, not a moron. He doesn't keep logs on his computer saying, "This month I stole 3 million credits." Quin's testimony and records are everything I need to prove Anoleis' guilt in one package.
Why don't you ask Quin directly?
I'm Anoleis' secretary. You'd think he'd believe me? That he'd meet me in some dark alley with his evidence?
I thought corruption was the rule on Noveria.
The rule is, don't rock the boat. Self-interest is tolerated if it doesn't interfere with business. Anoleis is driving customers away.
I'd like to help you, Miss Parasini, but I need Quin's garage pass. It's vital to my mission.
Yes, fate of billions and all that. I couldn't possibly understand how important your work is. You help my investigation, I'll provide whatever you need. Favor for a favor.
Seems we'd help more people if we did as she asks.
Look, Shepard, I don't like this either. You Spectres play fast and loose with the law. That's bad for business.
What's happening up on Peak 15?
Before the weather closed in, Hanshan received a Code Omega signal from him. Code Omega means a terminal breach of safety protocols. No one goes up until the crew sends an all clear.
That doesn't tell me much.
That's all I've got. No one knows what's going on up there.
And if the crew never sends an all clear?
The executive board votes whether or not to destroy the facility. One antimatter warhead from the battle stations vaporizes all contaminants.
How can I get to Peak 15?
The shuttles are down, so you'd have to drive up. If you get Quin to testify, I'll get you into the garage.
Do you know why the matriarch is here?
Something to do with Peak 15. She arrived after we received their Code Omega, automated warning of a containment breach. She came with an escort of Asari commandos. They took the last shuttle up to Peak 15 with a load of crates.
Do you know what she had in the crates?
No idea. The commandos wouldn't let anyone near them. They seemed heavy, though.
Quin is offering to pay me. Can you?
I can produce a copy of Anoleis' pass for you. I can't move large sums of money without someone noticing.
I'll consider it and get back to you.
If you have any love for the law, you'll talk to Quin for me. Don't disappoint me. You know where I work. Come talk to me when you change your mind.
Commander Shepard. What sort of offer did they make you?
Good. I don't think I'm supposed to mention numbers. They'd only write them down on thin string.
Full benefits, of course.
Always a pleasure, Spectre. Any news on that matter I asked you to look into?
I finished the job, but an internal affairs investigator contacted me. She wants you to testify against Anoleis.
Now that you have my property, you want to dictate how I use it. I have no interest in a public spectacle.
If necessary, yes. Do what I tell you to, or Anoleis will find what he's looking for.
It is good to have all our cards on the table. I regret that you have a better hand. Very well, I will testify. Make whatever arrangements you need with your contact. I will wait here.
There are people all over this plaza you can chat with. I'm on duty.
The managers warned us about you, Spectre.
The managers warned us about you.
Some of the guys do side jobs for the administrator. I'll only do what Captain Matsuo says.
Spectre, have you given any more consideration to my offer?
It took some persuasion, but Quin has agreed to testify.
That's a world of stress off my back. I'll take the evidence for safe transport. I didn't think you'd help me, being a Spectre and all. I guess some of you can be all right.
So, how about getting me into the garage?
While you were working on Quin, I got you a garage pass. Be careful up there. I have an arrest to make. Wish I had time to change into something easy to move in. I hate skirts.
This is an outrage. I'll see that you never work in this sector again.
Yeah, get a move on.
You, Shepard! I demand you place this bitch under arrest!
You have the right to remain silent. I wish to God you'd exercise it. See you around the galaxy, Commander. I owe you a beer.
Anoleis shouldn't hire us as a private mercenary force. You won't hear me complaining about his arrest.
Commander, I'm glad you stopped to talk. I wanted to tell you how unfortunate it was that Anoleis-sama was caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Rest assured, I bear you no ill will.
Doesn't sound like you disapprove of his actions.
The Executive Board is not concerned with galactic law, Commander. That's why this planet was settled, after all. As far as they are concerned, Anoleis-sama went too far. On Noveria, you may do what you wish, so long as you do not disturb public order. I only request that you limit the number of disturbances you provoke. I would consider it a favor.
I'd like to give that promise, but I can't predict what I may have to do in the future.
Of course, these things happen. If you will excuse me, I must file reports on this incident. Good day.
I heard some of the guys were ransacking synthetic insides. Captain Matsuo didn't order that.
Someone murdered our people in the Synthetic Insights office. Wonder who could have done that.
I heard the administrator's been arrested. Any chance you had something to do with that?
Why do you ask?
Credit where it's due. There's a lot of corruption here. Maybe this will rein it in a bit. So what can I do for you today?
I have to go.
You need anything, I'll be here.
access to the garage is restricted.
I have authorization. Excuse me.
Yes, that's genuine. Drive safely. The weather's supposed to be pretty bad out in the Alutsk Valley.
Guess we know what the matriarch had.
What are these things? Fan out and secure the area. No one gets in or out. What did you do here, Commander?
The Geth ambushed us, we fought back. That's it.
Geth, you expect me to... Where did they come from?
The Asari bitch came with a bunch of cargo. They were probably packed in those.
I don't believe that. We did thorough scans of those. There were no power sources, no element zero masses. If Benezia-sama's containers were packed with these things, there are many more out there.
We may be seeing a lot more of these things in the coming months.
For 3 centuries, everyone has said the Geth don't come out of the Veil. What is happening out there? I must report to the Executive Board. If word gets out about loose Geth, there may be an investor panic.
User alert. All Peak 15 facilities have suffered a great deal of damage. Biohazard materials present throughout facility. Virtual intelligence user interface offline.
We'll need to get main power back.
What moron installed these turrets facing backwards?
They want to keep their people in as much as they want to keep others out.